Hello, a step-by-step process for analyzing a swing trading chart, and this is based on our swing trading strategy, long option and swing trading strategy. Together we are going to analyze three stocks here. The first one is URI. It is highlighted because we purchased it already. We are going to go to maximum daily chart, and we are using a thing called a swing platform. And URI, well, we trace two support lines here passing by the valley of the mountain to be where we want to buy the stock. And today is November 29, 2025, and the last time the market was open, it closed on red, so that means the price dropped that day. The ending price was lower than the morning price. In addition to that, the chart, we have the price on the y-axis from 0 up and the date on the s-axis from the past to the present. And we have the price in red, and we have a red candlestick there. Since we have those two support lines to buy the stock at, we are going to look at the stock. So the stock pulled back from this support line. It went up and reached new high multiple times and pulled back to it, and start going up and reach a new high and pull back again. It didn't quite touch base with it, but it seems to be going up from there. There is around that support line. So yeah, it came and now is pretty much going sideways a little bit, but making higher lows. We have two higher lows there, and I don't know if it's going to come back any lower than that, but yeah. So for these stocks, for instance, not buying it yet. If you didn't buy it yet and you want to buy it, I will say that's pretty much the time to buy it. But there is a possibility that it might come down here. I'm not entirely sure that it will do that, but again, you have to take that possibility, you have to take that into account. But it is around this support line. You could find an entry point there, and if it goes back down to here, you might find another entry point. So, but it is by taking a long term into consideration, because you're not going to sell it within a week or anything like that. Excuse me. So when we are looking at it in our example, we have 2025 here. So we purchased it in 2024 using short upturn and swing trading strategy. You can see we purchased it along that support line supporting that upside wall of the mountain. We purchased it again here, and then we purchased it and it was done going down. So arrows facing upward show where we bought, arrows up facing down show where we sold. So we purchased it, we sold it, and then we purchased it again, and then it was done going down. It was done going up. So it pulled back, crossed that support line supporting the upside wall of the mountain, went up a little bit, close to it, pulled back to this support line. So when it started going up from there, we bought it again. So we were negative in this one, but we bought more when in 2025 we start using long option and swing trading strategy, and it came down to this support line. We bought it again. There is something we need to take into consideration is you have two support lines. One is shorter than the other. There is a chance it might come down to this one, but it has been using this one for the past 3 years, so we bought some. So buying it here around this area, it reached a new high. By this level, we became positive in this one shortly before then. So then you ask yourself, will you sell it? So because that's one of our exit strategy, to sell it after a new high is reached. When this circle, it reached a new peak, all-time highest price, because we are using maximum daily chart, it's going to show you all-time highest price. So when you reach it here, we ask ourselves if we should sell it or not. And I decided not to sell it, but hold on to it and experiment with it. Because again, we noticed that from this support line, last time it left there, it reached a new high very quickly. But for over a year, it continued to go up, but pulling back to rest on this support line and continue to go up for a year. Therefore, we decided to stay in the trade longer. So it continued to make new high all the way to here, and from July to October, 3 months, and then from there, it was done and pulled back slowly all the way to close to this support line where we bought it. At this point, when I put my mouse here, since we pay a higher price here, when I put my mouse here, it seems like we are still positive, because you can see the corresponding price to where my purchase is a little bit above this level. So we are positive in this one, and no, we are not positive in this one. We are negative in this one, because you can see our price we pay for it is a little bit higher than the price that it is now. So we are negative in this one, and this one we are positive in it because the price we pay for it is lower than the price it's selling now. So we are positive in this one, but we are negative in this one, and we are going to just keep it in the portfolio and keep observing it to see if it's going to rest here and start going up from there. We will see. That way, it's pretty much by doing that we are learning, and by swing trading the same stocks over and over and over, we get familiar with those patterns. At least that's the strategy I'm using. So I will zoom out to see, so we can see that it reached a new high here too, but it repeats a similar pattern here. When it reached a new high here, it pulled back to that support line again before it started going up. So excuse me, I don't know if it's going to do the same from here. It went up and it's going to pull back before going up again. I'm not entirely sure. We are positive in this one. We could have locked in this profit here to lock in both profits, and then try to buy it again around this area where it is now. But we didn't. We just kept it. That way we can see if our assumption is founded that it will continue creating higher highs for about a year before it will be done, to see if we can stay in the trade for at least half that time frame. So that is how step by step you'll analyze the stocks. You trace your value line passing by the bottom of the chart, the obvious lows, passing by the higher lows, and then you pick a few to be where you are comfortable buying, and you wait for the stocks to pull back to that value line, and when it starts going up from there, you buy some shares. When it reach all-time new high, you'll ask yourself if you want to sell it and lock in that profit, or based on the price, if it's going to continue going higher for a while. If so, you can decide if you want to stay in the trade or not, and for how long you want to stay in the trade. That is step by step how you will analyze your chart and make those entry and exit trade decisions. Now we are going to go back to, and again, it all comes down to selecting good quality stocks to swing trade. That way, when they are negative in the portfolio, you just let them be. You see, it's upward type of stocks. You can see the overall of it. So this is the second one, and I feel like this is just short of a trend line, and this is longer, and there is a chance it might come down to this one, but I'm not entirely sure, and I'm okay buying it there. If it comes back down, I might buy some again, knowing that I have one higher up. I'm okay with it. At some point, it's going to go past that, and we all saw it. It went and passed it. after, because we bought it here in December, and you can see that in July it surpassed that area for 3 months before it pulled back again. So there is no point of rushing and sell it at loss to lock in your losses if you are swing trading quality stocks. The next one we are going to analyze is V. So V, we have this support line that we like to buy at. That is the value line. Oh, and right now it touched base with it. But again, this has 3 years time frame, and we have this one that we have as a backup plan that it might come back down to this. It has been claiming this for the past 3 years, touching base with it and going back up, pulling back, and so forth. We don't know if it's going to continue on this or if it's going to come down to this one. That'll be in essence is where we might buy some share, and if it decided to come down here before reaching a new high, then we might buy some more. Those are decisions you have to make for yourself. But for the time being, last time the market was open, it was green. So we saw a higher lows there. It was coming down, but then we saw higher lows. This is higher than this one, which is higher than this one. So buying some around this support line is a possibility, but keep in mind though that it could well turn around and pull back, and we are okay with it. It's because we are in it for the long game, even though we are using swing trading strategy. And this is the the line that we want to buy it at, but we have this one that there is a possibility it might come down to. Every 3 years or so it seems to come back down to it. So I don't know, it's true, it has been 3 years now since it left there. Is it going to come back down? I'm not entirely sure. That's why we are observing it to see. And since it's around the value line we like to buy at, if we are not sure if it's going to come down here, we might buy some. If we come back here, we'll be negative in it, and then we might buy some more here and just keep observing it, and it'll become positive for both purchases. And when it reach all-time new high, we can decide if we want to sell it or send the trade. You can see that here, when it reach all-time new high here, it continue for about 1.5 years or so, or 2 years, climbing up, but it's in relation to this. But if you are comparing it to this one, is like about 1 year, but shortly after it reached a new high here, it went up a little bit and then it pulled back here and then continue higher up. So those are things you have to consider. But we just go to maximum monthly chart to see if there is a pattern we cannot see on the daily chart, but we can see it on the monthly chart to put the direction the chart is going into a bigger context. So this is around the value line we like to buy. So therefore, there is a possibility to buy some share. Like if you want, depending on how many shares you want to buy, you can divide it into and buy half. If you are just going to buy 1 share, then you just buy 1 share. But if you are going to spend a specific dollar amount, you can spend half there. And if you turn around and pull back, you can spend another half. Those are decisions you have to make for yourself. That is what I will do if I want to buy it here. I might just decide to just, buy it. And if it comes down here, I buy it again. If I have money in the account to, to spend about the same. You have so many decisions there that you have to choose which one you are comfortable with. So the next one we are going to analyze is WAB. So WAB, we like to buy at this one or this one. But right now, it's resting on this support line, which is supporting the upside wall of the mountain. Again, with the other two, is about 3 years, but we don't really want to buy it there. We just want to wait on it to buy at this one. When it's going to come there, we are not entirely sure. So this year alone, because that is the 2025 data line, it came down here, went up, reached all-time new high, pulled back to it, and start going up from there. So yeah, it could continue going up again. We just don't know when it's going to be done, and we just want to wait to buy. And when you have a lot of stocks in your portfolio, you'll find some that are well positioned at the value for you to buy, that you don't need to be taking unnecessary risk if you're not comfortable buying it this higher up, in case it might come down here. So that is how step by step you'll analyze your chart and make those decisions. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you for your time. Thank you for all your comments, and we thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and in soap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. For more of our swing trading strategy, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video. And we have online workshop on our website liberdownload.com that we sell, for you to join a small group where you can practice analyzing stocks to see if they are well positioned for you to buy some share. Thank you for your time.